Now this is one of the best and strongest armor set and decorations to build in Monster Hunter Wilds if you're just looking for pure damage. This is the same armor set that most of the speedrunners are using if you checked out their builds. The only difference is the weapon type they are using and the weapon's element depending on the monster they are slaying. But the armor set and most of the decorations are always all the same. And I'm going to explain why this armor set and decorations are so strong, but it does have some drawbacks. So let's check this out. So I am currently wearing the armor set and decorations that most of the speedrunners are using, and the only difference is the weapon type and the weapon's element. You can use any weapon depending on what weapon you're comfortable with, and you want to use the element that the monster is weak to. Now the drawback for this armor set is that you're sacrificing your defense and survivability to max out your damage because you'll be taking all offensive decorations. So when fighting against the highest ranked monsters, you'll be taking tons of damage if you get hit. Now personally I do use this armor set, but I tweak some of the decorations around to have some defense and survivability. But if you're trying to just speedrun slaying monsters and you're good at dodging, then this will ideally be the best armor set to use. And this build offers a lot of skills that complement each other, offering a lot of powerful combinations. But I'll cover everything in more details in their dedicated sections. Okay, so next for the armor set. Now 4 out of the 5 armor pieces will be the Gore beta set, and just the chest piece will be different, which will be the Blanco male beta. And the reason we're using the beta set compared to the alpha set is so we can equip better decorations. Now the main reason we're using 4 Gore beta armor pieces is to get the set bonus, which is the skill Black Eclipse 2. And this set bonus will inflict you with frenzy and raise your attack when fighting against large monsters. And if you recover from frenzy, your attack will increase even more. Now frenzy is a negative status effect that has 2 stages. The first stage will be building up the frenzy meter, and frenzy will only take effect if the frenzy meter is full and becomes the second stage. Now you can easily cleanse the frenzy status on stage 1 by continuously attacking a monster, and you should never get to stage 2 of frenzy. And we will also have the skill antivirus, which will cleanse frenzy faster and also greatly increase your affinity. So by continuously attacking a monster, you'll never get fully frenzied and not take any negative effects. But by any chance you do get to stage 2 of frenzy, it will prevent you from naturally healing your red health and you'll take additional damage. So starting with the helmet, I'm using the Gore Helm beta, and the skills it has is evade window, which will extend the vulnerability window when evading. Next it has the skill coalescence, which will increase elemental power and status effect after recovering from blights or abnormal status. And the next skill it has is Gore Megalis Tyranny, which is the set bonus that gives you Black Eclipse. And the next skill is scale layering, which will temporarily reduce stamina depletion when health is at 40% or lower. Now getting 1 point into coalescence is important because this skill will increase our elemental attack power when we recover from frenzy, and we'll be maxing this skill out with our talisman. Next for the gloves, I'm using the Gore Van Braces beta, and this has constitution, which reduces the stamina depletion when evading, blocking, or doing certain other actions. It also has evade window, Gore Megalis Tyranny, which is the skill Black Eclipse, and scale layering. Next for the pants, I'm using the Gore Coil beta, and this has constitution, Gore Megalis Tyranny, and scale layering. And for the boots, I'm using the Gore Grease beta, and this has antivirus, which will make it easy to overcome frenzy and increase your infinity if cured. So originally when you're getting cured from frenzy, you will increase your infinity, but this skill will increase it even further. These boots also has the skill flinch free, which will prevent you from getting knocked back, Gore Megalis Tyranny, and scale layering. So that's the 4-piece Gore beta set that I'm currently using, and the main reason we're using this armor set is to get the set bonus, which is Black Eclipse 2. And also getting the 1 point in antivirus is important to recover from frenzy quicker and greatly increase our affinity, and we will max out this skill with our decorations. Now for the chest piece, I'm using the Blanco male beta, and the only reason we're taking this chest piece is to get the skill Agitator level 2, which is important to greatly increase our damage. And this skill will increase our attack power and affinity when large monsters become enraged, and we'll be maxing out this skill with our decorations. And we can easily get the monsters enraged because we will be constantly hitting the monster. And make sure you upgrade your armor to increase your defense. And really quickly for the talisman, you want to use the Phoenix Charm 2 to increase the skill level of coalescence, because coalescence will increase our elemental damage when we recover from frenzy, and this talisman will max out our coalescence skill level. And for the mantle, you want to use the Corrupted Mantle, and this mantle is very powerful to greatly increase your affinity and attack power, but in return this mantle will gradually decrease your health. Now personally Personally, I don't like using this mantle when fighting the highest tier monsters because this mantle can drain tons of your health and you can get easily one-shotted by any attacks. And I usually play with a group, so I don't want to get fainted and let the party down. But if you're good at dodging all the attacks or playing solo, then this mantle will be really powerful to greatly increase your damage. Okay, so next for the decorations. Now for the weapon, you just want to use the weapon you're comfortable with, but make sure it's a rarity 8 artisan weapon because these weapons will ideally have the most damage and you can insert 3 level 3 decorations to them. And you want to use the weapon with an element that the monster is weak to. And for the decorations on the weapon, you ideally want to use at least 1 critical jewel 3 to increase your critical hit damage. But the other 2 decorations, you can use whatever's best depending on the weapon and the monster you're fighting. Now next for the armor pieces, the decorations you're going to use will max out your damage. So the decorations on the helmet, I'm using the Challenger Jewel to get the skill Agitator, and this skill will increase your attack and infinity when the monster is enraged. And we are taking Challenger Jewels to max out this skill. And the second decoration I'm using on this helmet is the Growth Jewel, which will give me the skill Self-Improvement, and this skill will increase my attack and defense as time passes while on a quest. Now next for the chest piece, I'm using the Mighty Jewel, and this will give you the skill Maximum Might, which will increase your infinity if your stamina is kept full for a period of time. And next on the gloves, we're using 2 Mighty Jewels to get the skill Maximum Might and max out this skill at level 3. And next for the pants, I'm using the Challenger Jewel to get the skill Agitator to increase its level and max it out. And the next decoration I'm using on the pants is the Earplugs Jewel, and this will give you the skill Earplugs, which will reduce the effects of monsters' wars. And finally for the boots, I'm using the Challenger Jewel to get the skill Agitator to increase its level and max it out. And the next 2 decorations I'm using is the Sane Jewel, and this will give you the skill Antivirus, and this skill is important to recover from frenzy faster and greatly increase our infinity when cured from frenzy. So by taking 2 Sane Jewels and having 1 level on a piece of armor, we are able to max out the Antivirus skill. So now let's check out my active skills. Now the first 4 skills in my active skill list is from my weapon. So these could be different depending on the weapon you're using. So critical boost level 3, critical eye level 1, master's touch level 1, and airborne level 1 is all coming from my weapon. Now for the armor set, I'm getting agitator level 5, constitution level 3, maximum might level 3, coalescence level 3, antivirus level 3, evade window level 2, earplugs level 1, flinch free level 1, and lastly self-improvement level 1. And for the set bonus, I'm getting the Gore armor set bonus, which is Black Eclipse 2. Okay, so that's all the skills you should have active when using this armor set to maximize your damage. Okay, so thanks for checking out one of the best and strongest armor set you can use to max out your damage in Monster Hunter Wilds. Now this is the armor set and decorations that most of the speedrunners are using, but may have some tweaks. And I'll have the full build layout in a build planner in the description below. Hope this helps in more Monster Hunter Wilds videos to come, so stay tuned. And of course,
don't worry, the hunter is here. Just watch. You'll see what hunting is all about.